Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Child, I am trying to get these reviews out. Okay, do y'all hear me? And y'all know it's Monday night, so you already know what time it is. It is time for Seeking Sister Wife Season 13, Episode 11, Can't Fight This Feeling. Child, oh my goodness, it's so much to unpack this episode, and y'all know we gonna unpack it together. All right, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Oh, but before we do that, if this is your first time here, then welcome. If you are back for a second, third, fourth, or fifth time, or 11th time, I don't think I started on episode 1, but however many, honey, thank you for showing back up. Please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Y'all, please like the video. I know we have a good kiki in the comments, and everything's all good, but I'm gonna need the likes to equal the views, okay? All right, y'all, let's get into it, honey. So when the episode first opens up, we're over in La La Land, Los Angeles, with the Snowdens, and Demetri is in the closet trying to pick out that god-awful outfit that he came together with, okay? He's trying to pick out his proposal outfit for his date with Christalene, okay? So Ashley goes in, and, she's trying to help him find some things to put together. And he's like, all I see are old man clothes. That's all I'm seeing, too, and that's what you wore that night as well. So Ashley said, Christalene has been with us for 5 months, and she just can't imagine their life without her. So then she asked Demetri, she said, how are your nerves? Like, how are you feeling? He says, look, I'm good right now, but like the closer it gets, the more nervous I become. Ashley's like, it's good to know she might be getting a potential sister wife for their plural family. In the other room, Christalene is getting ready, okay, honey? Christalene looking good. Okay, girl. No wonder Ashley was giving you a hard time, allegedly. Okay, looking how you looking. Demetri is standing there waiting, looking. He's looking. Okay, and Ashley tells him, "Oh, I just love you. You look delectable." He's like, "You're not just saying that because you love me, right?" And she's like, "No, I'm not saying that because I love you. You actually look good." No, girl, you're saying that because you love him. Okay, you actually are. So Demetri sees Christalene, right? And he's like, damn, she's fine. She's fine. And Ashley's just sitting there with that little smirk next to him. Listen, I know she was dying on the inside. He lights up every time he speaks about her. His entire face opens up. I'm so confused as to why the abuse started, allegedly. Are y'all just as confused as me? We're going to ponder on it together. So Demetri says, he needs Ashley to help pull off the proposal. And Ashley says she could say no because there is so much at stake. So she's hoping that Chrissy says yes because, with her family and everything back home, she doesn't know how it's going to work out. Over with the Merrifields. Oh, goodness. We are back with Ick and Danielle. And they are going out. Honey, I'm surprised he took her anywhere. Okay. But y'all, you already know, it doesn't matter what's going on. It's going to be all about who? Bert. So they're going out, and Danielle says they're celebrating 13 years of marriage. Earth to Danielle, honey, y'all aren't married, girl. Y'all are not married. I don't know what kind of, y'all are trying to make your own rules. Okay, you're creating your own Bible. You're making your own rules. Like, I'm just, okay. And Garrick said, we had to get divorced to bring Bert over, but it's brought us closer together. Well, it must be the editing because y'all couldn't be more distant if you ask me. Now, I don't know if it's me watching something else, but is it me or do we all agree? Can we come to an agreement that him and Danielle are worlds apart? I'm like, okay, child. Anyway, so then his slimy self tells Danielle, God wanted to give you an amazing sister. She's sitting over there talking about, yeah, no, it's a hell no. Danielle, you're getting on my nerves, girl. I just don't, okay, oh, goodness. So then he's telling her this, and I was waiting for God to strike him down for using his name in vain. So you got divorced only to remarry, but now you don't want to marry, you just want to have a baby, and God, you're using his name all in the same sentence? Shut up, Ick. Ugh. Then they take a picture for Bert because God forbid she's not included in everything that goes on. Can Danielle ever have a moment for herself? You didn't take a picture for her when Danielle was sitting on that beach looking lonely and you and Bert were on that boat with her in that Brazilian bikini. Where was her photo? Where was her video montage? Oh, she didn't get one, huh? That's because you were trying to tuck her in over at the hotel. Child, I cannot stand Garrick, okay? At their anniversary, allegedly, okay, because it's an alleged anniversary, because, child, we all know they're no longer married. Ooh. Now, remember I said their supposed anniversary. He starts talking about how he checked the K1 visa and there's no movement. He's like, Lord, have mercy. Help us out. Get lost, Garrick. Get lost. Danielle was like, yeah, Garrick is full steam ahead when he wants to get to Mexico to have a baby. She's like, and then she finally speaks her mind, right? Okay, so she about to speak her speech and let him know exactly how she feels. We all know it's not going to go nowhere, but she's about to speak her mind. She tells him, she said, listen, I know that you want to start having babies, but I really think you should wait. Child, when she told him that, he lost all color in his face. Like, how dare you defy me? Oh, child, this is getting good. She's like, what if the visa doesn't get approved and she has the baby over there? He will be there too. And what if this happened? And what if that happened? He's going to be by her side and you're going to be in Colorado kicking boulders by yourself. Girl, goodbye. So then he says, yeah, but we can't just stop our life. Translation, no matter what, I'm dropping off a seed, even if it means dropping you. Are you picking up what he's putting down, Danielle? He's trying to tell you, girl. Anyway, so she said, I'm not saying stop. I'm just saying consider it. He's considering going over to Brazil and staying over there with Bird, girl. Okay. She's like, we need to prepare for those concerns. So then he says, now this is what y'all, oh my goodness, y'all. So then he says, the only thing that concerns me is people thinking that way. But God said, take no thought for tomorrow, for the troubles of today are enough. Again, shut up, Garrick. Then Danielle goes, well, there's also scriptures about being wise and planning for the future. Yes, Danielle, finally, you're piping up and shutting this stupidity down. Okay? He says no. She says, yeah, there is. Baby Danielle was like, no, I do not want you to have this baby. No, it's not happening. So Danielle said in her confessional, he gets a plan in his mind and he just goes for it. And he's just really ready to get to Mexico. He wants Bert to be happy, but there are other feelings and emotions to consider. Now that's how you do an anniversary, honey. Let him have it. Stick it to him, girl. Put that knife in there and then just twist it. Ugh. So Danielle is trying to convince him that adding a child to it will be a bit much, right? But because of the pandemic, we don't know when her visa will be approved. We don't know anything, okay? And so he said, it wouldn't make me happy, but I would feel more sad if she's there all alone, waiting on a kid, blah, 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 blah. Okay, because all I hear is Charlie Brown's teacher when I hear Garrick talk sometimes. Okay, Charlie Brown, got it. So then he said if the visa doesn't go through, he would have to go to Brazil for a while. Child, what I told y'all. That's right up his little scheming alley. He want to go over to Brazil and stay over there and create a life and start a life with her. You would never come back. Have you thought about your kids with Danielle? All I hear is Bert this and Bert that. He's like, Danielle's concerns are valid. Let's just keep it real. You don't care about her feelings at all. You don't care about the children. All you care about is your selfish needs. You could really care less about the family you've had for over 14 years. Okay? Not counting the 13 that y'all are married or unmarried or I don't know what y'all doing. Okay? But I'm just saying, you need to consider your children if you don't consider Danielle. So he said, God will bless us and, have her in Colorado. Ugh. Then after all that, Danielle says, I can voice my concerns, but, we're just going to have to trust that everything will work out how it's supposed to. So I guess we're on our way to Mexico to continue our journey. Well, don't come crying to us when he ditches you at the airport, okay? I'm just saying, don't come sitting over here in the confessional with these little crocodile tears because clearly you don't care about yourself. We cannot care more about you than you care about your own self, Danielle. This is getting ridiculous. Over on the other side, we are catching up with the Clarks. The kids are coming out to play on the slip and slide. They have very beautiful kids. Them some cute little kids. So they talk about how trying it's been to find someone. And Jared said, he had a moment sitting in his bedroom thinking about the disconnect and the discontinuing of things now working with Caleb and how hard things have been. So then he said his daughter came in and said, get up, Dad. It's going to be a great day. And he feels like if it weren't for the kids, he would have lost himself. And I'm like, oh, it's affecting y'all like that? But let me tell y'all something. Your children will really pull you out of some things. I know there's been times like when my husband first left and, I understood that we were getting a divorce. I felt like that, but just looking at my son made me see, you know what? There's something else here that I'm fighting for. There's someone that's depending on me. So let me pick myself up, honey, dust off my good wig, put my push-up Victoria's Secret bra on, honey, and get my zhuzh on and find me another. Moving forward. He says running into Krista was the most natural thing. You mean her being casted to be on the show was the most natural thing. Okay, shout out to the person who commented that on the review last week. Because, honey, I'm with you. She had to be casted. Where you find this lady? Child, because you didn't say nothing about you looking on the internets like Cidian over in Utah. So anyway, he says he thinks that she would be a great addition and she's attractive. So Vanessa was like, oh, she's just checking off all the boxes. And then he's like, I actually want 4 wives. Vanessa said, oh, we'll see about that. Over in Idaho, we are keeping up with Tasha Jones and them and Cidian. I just love saying Tasha Jones. So they're preparing for this group date with Alex. Child, they are determined to make Alex a fit for them. I don't know how many different ways Alex has to say no. Cidian says, there were some concerns. They could never date someone that doesn't want to be a mom. She doesn't. Or that dates around. She is. Okay. So why are y'all having this group date? If y'all don't move on. So Tasha said, it's not an overnight decision. I actually had to get used to it as well. Tasha, is it that you just don't have friends? Because we can create a support group. And I talk to y'all all day. You already got a little black girl name, honey. We can, child, if you just need friends. Because I'm trying to figure out why do you keep trying to make it so when it's not so. So Alex shows up, right? And she says, the lifestyle has interested me for some time. Honey, Alex using them for research purposes only. She just want to research what a plural lifestyle is like. She does not want these people. She is not interested in Tasha Jones and them. So she says she wants to get to know more about Tasha. She really wants to pick her brain and see what is the reason why you chose this lifestyle. That's what I was getting from this. This is all for research. She said, can I ask you something personal? She said, sure. She said, I want to know what's in it for Tasha. She said, well, I wasn't always into it, but I wanted to have a super close friend and a big family. Alex said, awesome. Alexandra is not moved. Child, Alex is tearing that fruit up. Y'all see her tearing that fruit up? That's just a side note. Ladies, listen, you do not have to share a man to have a close friend. Women do it all the time. It's called your BFF. Girl. So then she asked if Tasha had kids because I was wondering the same thing. Like, are these their kids together? So she said, no, Cidian has 3 kids, but we don't have any together. I kind of wanted to plan that with my sister wife. And I was wondering, like, where is their biological mom? She said the kids call her mom. Oh, okay, girl. Well, okay, so we got that. And she said she didn't feel it at first, and now she does feel like she's their mom. So Alex said, well, I wouldn't be gung-ho in the beginning about just picking up, some kids. Child, Alex ain't budging. Let's move forward. Alex said she couldn't be able to commit to them. Next, child. Tasha said, she was being open, but she wasn't being real. So then the producer said, do you think it won't happen for you guys? Tasha gets choked up. Tasha wants somebody to help with those kids. Child, please send help. Honey, please. Over in southern Utah with the Winders, they're getting some sun out at the park. Sophie and Tammy are with, they said they were good with Kimberly and her visit, but they need to talk to Colton. Side note, Ephraim is so dang on cute. Their new baby. And so is Sadie. They have some beautiful kids. I just wanted to point that out. Because I'm like, look at these little pretty babies. So they talk about the visit and how it felt kind of rushed, right? But honey, it couldn't have gone fast enough for Colton. Colton was like, oh, I'm so happy she out of Dodge, child. So they talk about the visit and how it was rushed. And Sophie said she liked the dynamic. Tammy was like, yeah, I liked when we were all cooking in the kitchen and everything. It felt like one big happy family. So Sophie was like, it's more about the friendship for us, but for you, it's totally different. So is it too soon to tell? Child, Colton hangs his head down. Colton said, I don't feel like we're really compatible. Well, I knew that already, Colton, but I'm happy you just joined us, honey, and let us know. He said, I thought I would feel something, but I don't feel anything. So then Sophie said, so have you decided? Oh, my goodness. Sophie get on my nerves, honey. It's like she don't comprehend the English language. Girl, he just told you he doesn't feel a thing. So Colton is uninterested, honey. Colton said, there weren't any certain boxes she didn't check off. I just didn't feel it. And I can't put my finger on it. I can. You were not attracted to her. Kimberly never took that hat off. She never spruced herself up. And the chemistry just wasn't there. And that's okay. Child. And Kimberly gone on over there to Tasha Jones and them. They in Utah as well. So if they in southern Utah, they must be in northern Utah. Girl, catch the A train and go on down there and get Tasha Jones in them. Child, let's put the people together that want to be together. So he said that will be his forever wife, and he just doesn't want to do anything that he's not going to feel comfortable with. So there will be no courtship. They all agreed there will be no moving forward. We see Demetri going on his date with Christalene, and they're driving around in circles, and he told her that they were going to a venue. Child, I bet she wish she would have got dropped off at the airport, allegedly. Okay. Meanwhile, Ashley and the kiddos are turning the backyard into an oasis for him to propose. Okay. So he said he's going to blindfold her and then take her into the backyard and propose to her. So Christalene tells us, she said, I got kind of like a crash course in polygamy, and I feel like I have a true sense of what it will be like. Because of COVID, I was stuck here, so I know what, it would be like, and I kind of like it. Over at the house, Ashley says she's not telling the kids, but, the kids already feel like they're siblings. So, they're getting everything, putting everything out, and have all the little candles and stuff out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, honey, it's looking nice. Tell me why I didn't even realize that they actually even had a pool. I don't know what I was looking at, but yeah, I didn't realize it. So Ashley said it's going to be the start of their journey, right? So Demetri gets back to the house and he guides her into the backyard. And Ashley is like, if she says no, that means she misread all of the signs that Christalene was giving. Well, honey, she misread all of the signs that y'all were giving, apparently. Allegedly. Okay, so as they're walking back to the backyard, he's like, these are the steps to symbolize our journey. So they get to the backyard and he takes the blindfold off. So he says, I really love you, and I want to know if you and your girls would be in our hearts forever. And then he asks to marry her. She paused for like a split second, but then she said yes, as we already knew she was going to do, right? So then Christy says, I'm just in total shock. She said, for 10 years, from now, I just couldn't see myself being in a poly relationship, and now I can't see myself without them. Well, child, that didn't age well, okay? He said, in his culture, the women, when they get engaged, they know that they're engaged when they have an anklet on their right ankle. And then after marriage, it's moved to the left. Child, no ma'am. It's giving real house arrest. It's giving real house arrest bracelet tease. I don't like that. Child, ring only, please. All the kids come out with Ashley, and Ashley wishes them a congratulations. I'm sorry, I would be salty. I gave you kids. I didn't get a ring or a bracelet or a wedding. Ashley, girl, it couldn't be me, honey. No wonder you're so frustrated and upset. This man is giving you literally nothing. So she said, I couldn't be more happy. In Colorado, desperate Danielle and Ick with the kids are preparing for a trip to Cabo along with her parents. Child, Danielle says she's going to take backup this time. Okay, I know that's right, Danielle. Garrick is over the moon, of course, because it's going to be his first time and, seeing her in a long time. Child, it's the first time I've seen his little crooked smile in 3 episodes. So he says, I'm just giddy. I'm very anxious because we're trying to have a baby and the pressure is on me. Honey, I'm sure you'll underperform. And based on that little quickie that you did when she ran over to brush her teeth, honey, we all know ain't nothing happening, okay? So Garrick said, Danielle family knows about the baby and, his family aren't in their lives. Child, I wonder why. I really wonder why. So Danielle says, we chose this schedule because we want to sync up with her ovulation schedule. Oh, this is exhausting. So the producers asked the boys if they were happy, right? If they're happy, they're going to get another mom. And they're like, yeah, 2 moms equal more attention. And then they asked about having another sibling. And they're like, yeah, it'll be all cool, but we need more boys. Hopefully none of these boys grow up to be like their dad, okay? They land over in Cabo at this nice villa to be safe during COVID, okay? And it's really nice, so they're looking at all the rooms, right? So there's this one room with direct access to the hot tub. Ick says, yeah, this will be me and Bert's room. Listen, y'all, when I tell you I hollered when I saw the look on Danielle's face. She had the stupidest smirk on her face, and she says, "Oh yeah? Yeah." Yes. And don't y'all use that hot tub after him and little wife. Child, oh my goodness. Ain't no telling what's to be swimming all up and through there. So Danielle goes along with anything. She says, I'm not excited, but I'll just let God handle it. Please leave God out of this, okay? So then her mom says, I'm ready to meet her and everything, but I don't know about you kissing her. So then the dad says, she's still in Brazil and anything could happen. So they are going to hide because Roberta is on her way. They're going to hide to surprise her. So then she arrives, child, but then we don't get to see her actually come in because we're done. Honey, I'm sure Garrick was about to jump out of his skin with excitement. He probably ran out there while the car was still moving. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a mess. I cannot wait till the next episode because it's looking like some things are happening. It's looking like Christalene's family is not as excited about this marriage as she is. It's looking like Demetri and Ashley didn't take the proper channels to ask her to be their wife. And actually, Christalene, you didn't even tell your family where you were going for umpteen months. And also, we see things pan out between Roberta, Danielle, and Garrick. I am so excited and I cannot wait. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Share this with a friend. Get down in the comments. Let's talk about it like we always do. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.